Welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I'm by the fire and just digesting what Olivia achieved. Huge distance, huge time. 284 kilometers in like 14 and a half hours. Crazy. I messaged her before she did it and wished her good luck and asked, what her plan was, if she was going for Guinness or just going for maximum distance. And she said she was going for maximum distance. A few people have asked me if she's taken the record, and she's definitely taken the record for furthest distance foiled in a day. And it's huge, and I'm going to donate to her cause because it's such a cool thing she's done, and I'm stoked that she's smashed another 60, 70 Ks, but also more importantly, another 3 hours, 15 minutes than what I did. I was pretty bugged after my attempt, and she looked like she didn't have perfect conditions for a lot of it either. So huge effort, Olivia. Stoked. I'm going to get her on the podcast and sort of debrief with her and discuss the hardest parts, and I guess sort of trade notes on all things enduro downwind foiling. But yeah, super stoked that she went for it and got such a great result. She achieved what she wanted to do. But yeah, it just shows the limits or the lack of limits in downwind foiling, how far we can go. So I'm definitely keen to give it another crack and see if I can better her distance. I'm going to try to break my Guinness record though, which was 12 hours land to land and a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, it's definitely doable. With good conditions, you can go a long way. And Jules Cholet showed that. Olivia showed it again, and it's got me all fired up to give it another crack. So well done, Olivia, and thank you for firing us up. What else? Yeah, I've also been thinking about Molokai and Hawaii racing. It's super excited. Kailani dropped a cool video, or Kahi dropped a video of them sort of behind the scenes, like don't look. But it looks like he was using there's so many good foils coming out at the moment, and stoked to obviously get our code foils amongst the mix, but stoked to see lots of other really cool foils out there, and it's going to be interesting to see what everyone's using at Molokai. And look, the cream's going to rise to the top. It'll be interesting to see what works, what doesn't work, and why. I honestly think there's about 10 people that could win. So yeah, it's going to be a fun month in July. There's also been a guy called Matt has started a news or blog kind of thing on downwindfoil.com, dwfoil.com. Pretty cool. A bunch of downwind run paths shared, and then just news. Kind of cool. That's kind of what I was hoping someone would do, because when I started SUP racing, SUP Racer was the cool the news or the blog to watch, and now for downwind foil it's becoming a sport and people are blogging about it, which is sick. So it's all just, to be honest, I'm so proud of how far downwind foiling has come, because about 2 years ago I said to Sonova I want to make a downwind specific board. They're like, oh mate, you're the only one that's doing it, there's no point making a production board. And look at us now. Literally every brand who's serious, or every board brand that's serious about doing downwind or foils have a downwind foil board now, and there's downwind foils coming out, and these races, there's 50 or 60 people entered for Molokai to Oahu. So I'm just feeling super stoked, because 4 or 5 years ago, or 5-6 years ago even now, there weren't many people downwind foiling, and foiling was kind of born from downwind foiling, because Kailani did release that video in April on his chop down race board, and it's so cool to see what it is now. A lot of people said it was impossible, it's not possible, only freak athletes can do it, and now there's people doing almost 300 Ks in a day. There's all these different board designs coming out, short, long, skinny, wide, and they all work, and depending on the conditions, you can make everything work. So I'm excited to be a part of this, and hope you guys all too. Go check out Olivia Piana's downwind foil record. She smashed it. Go donate to the cause, Portuguese coastlines, protecting the ecosystem. And I'm going to get her on the podcast. So if you want me to ask her any questions, let me know. But otherwise, stay tuned for that podcast. Also, I've done a podcast with Andrew Gibbon, long arm date. Actually, a guy I've known for a little while, he was working at the local shop here in Sydney before he moved back over to Hawaii. So it's cool to catch up with him and see that he's stoked on downwind foiling, because when he was working in the shop, he was a kiter, didn't even stand up, wasn't really into the racing stuff, and now he's fully into it. He's passionate and he's crushing it, and I'm looking forward to catching up for a few downwind runs with him when I get over to Maui. Not long now. But yeah, that's Thursday thoughts, lots to think about, and super exciting time to be foiling and part of it all. Actually, a bit of a recap on my documentary release last weekend at Colorado Cinema. Crazy. Honestly, I was overwhelmed. I had about 180 people turn up. It's probably the most people that have ever been in Colorado Cinema for a few years. It was a massive night. They're fully packed out. We had a few more seats, but like 180 people for Jamie and I's like first doco together was pretty awesome. The whole foiling community came together, friends and family, and I did a Q&A after. And honestly, it was a really cool experience. And the doco was not just for foilers, which I was stoked on, because obviously there was more than just foiling going on in that record attempt, or Guinness World Record attempt I did about 15, 16 months ago. And cool to see the record's been broken, but the Guinness one, which is weird. It's a weird thing for me. I feel weird about it. The Guinness record hasn't been broken because she didn't go for it. She would have smashed it. But because she didn't follow some protocols, I don't think it counts. And also Code 4s have launched. So that's a super cool thing. Well, heaps of prototypes we're working on, but we've just released the 850S, 75 and 85 mast, medium fuse, and a 150 tail. There's heaps of demos at the shops. If the shop has them, they have a demo. So what we've said is just go out there and try them. We're not going to sort of ram it down your throat. We love them. We'd love you to try them and let us know if you like them or you don't. There aren't many out there. So if you're keen, you try it, you like it, it's just getting on it, because there won't be any more for a little while, a couple months before the next sort of release, the next stock up, next order arrives. So yeah, it's an exciting time, honestly. For my own foil brand released, documentary released, Olivia Piana smashing the record, and just downwind foiling in general, but downwind foiling in particular is just going nuts. It's so cool to see, and yeah, we're very lucky to be live at the moment. So enjoy your week, and I'll speak to you next week. Watch out for a few podcasts dropping soon. Thanks, guys.